Hey guys, Bob here from Raw Strength and Muscle, and today I'm going to introduce you to my current project, building the Thor Physique Part 2. Why am I doing this? Part 2. Why am I doing this again when we all know that I got my version of the Thor Physique a long time ago? I wanted to get big, I wanted to get strong, I wanted to get lean. I accomplished all three. I had at least my version from my frame, my genetics of Hemsworth's Marvel movie Thor Physique. So why are we doing this again? Well, once again, if you've been following me for any period of time, you will know that I had a massive issue with inflammation, okay? I do not want to get into it too much now and detract from this video. If you haven't seen it and you want to know the full story, check out the video that I linked in the description. Carbs ruined my life, because that's basically what happened, okay? I was in excellent shape, was working with a different diet where I had carbs pre and post workout. I'd done it before, no problem. All of a sudden, I started having knee pain, hip pain, serious back pain, didn't know what was going on. What it turned out is the only thing I had changed in my workout or my diet or my life was adding in carbs, okay? It took me a long time to figure that out. By that time, I had already dropped out of the judo classes I started. I had already stopped working out for a couple weeks. I had already screwed up my diet trying to figure out what's going on. And I just really lost a step. Lost muscle, built fat, lost strength, felt terrible, okay? So by the time that I got back on keto, I decided I was going to build myself back to where I was, this time even better. Because even when I was in really good shape, I still always had in the back of my head, this movement I should be stronger at, or I should have better form on that exercise, or I should be a little bit bigger or whatever. So this time I'm going to build myself back to where I was, just bigger, better, stronger, okay? So basically what happened is, one day on keto, I was a completely different person. 3 days on keto, absolutely couldn't remember all the inflammation that I had when I was using the carbs, okay? Now I've been in 10 weeks and I've hit all of my strength goals, okay? For instance, since I was having problems with my knees, my hips, my back, when I started, okay, I started off with my deadlifts, my trap bar deadlifts, and my 20 rep squats, much lighter, okay? I was doing 3 plates for 20 rep squats. I was doing 5 plates for 5 reps on the trap bar deadlift. I dropped 1 plate from both, okay? So in the last 9 weeks, this is week 10 now, in the last 9 weeks, I built from 225 up to 315 for my 20 rep squats. And I built from 4 plates up to 5 plates for my 5 rep trap bar deadlifts. Okay, so now I am back where I was, but like I said, I just feel bigger, better, stronger than the last time even. Okay, my dips were where the whole time at 4 plates, 180 pounds of additional weight. In the beginning, I probably didn't have the best form, but right now I have I'm using the same weight, but really perfect, really good full range of motion for 2 sets of 5. Great. I had tendonitis a long time ago in my elbow, and I had a hard time doing pull-ups. I had to actually stop for like a year, almost and a half, doing any pull-ups whatsoever, or at least consistently doing pull-ups to allow it to heal. Now I finally went all the way up. Like last week, I started doing pull-ups with a 45-pound plate again. Not where I want to be, but I'm proud of that, okay? So basically, I'm pretty strong and I'm pretty big again. As a matter of fact, the only thing I have to lose right now is some fat, okay? Yes, I do have excess fat. You can see that, but underneath the fat, I have some really solid muscle, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. Now, I know some people are going to say, like, they're going to look at me like this morning, okay, 210.8 pounds, 37-inch waist, and they're going to say, dude, you got fat. Why did you get fat? Like, you're not supposed to be getting fat when you're doing low-carb, lean bulking, and you're right. But you need to understand, I did not get fat, okay, doing this diet. What I did is I was fat doing this diet. So if I had like a 33-inch waist, okay, and I gained 5 pounds of fat, I would have had like a 34-inch waist, which would still have been, pretty decent, right? As it turns out, I probably had closer to a 36-inch waist, which means now I have like a 37-inch waist if I put on 5 pounds of fat. So that's the reason why. Now, most people that I train, I would actually tell them to cut before they go ahead and bulk up or lean bulk. Now, the reason why I'm doing this differently is a couple of things. I want my people to get results quickly because a lot of them are beginners or they're starting over training for, the first time in a while after they've had a layoff, or they never really trained effectively. So I want them to get a quick win. Now, if you lose fat, you look better, you feel better, and it motivates you to go ahead and start, just continue staying lean and building muscle, okay? Whereas if I were to take somebody with some flab on them, they don't have the experience, they don't have the confidence, they don't have the knowledge to know that they're still getting better. They just have to build strength and then they get lean and they're gonna look incredible. They would probably drop off because they're not really seeing in the mirror the results. They're not feeling the results when they wear their clothes. They might think they're getting fatter when they're wearing their clothes, when they're really getting bigger and maybe adding a tiny bit of fat, okay? So I'm experienced enough to know that I am actually getting bigger and stronger and that it's gonna be easy for me to shed the fat. So that's a reason why I'm doing what I would normally not recommend, because I can handle looking like this and being like this, okay? Another thing is you need to consider what you're good at, okay? I can shed fat in an instant. I could shed fat easily, okay? Building muscle, however, is the kind of thing that, it's not as easy for me. And I could tell coming out of this inflammatory state, not having done any workouts, not having eaten properly, that once I started training and eating properly, once all these muscle inflammation, all these pains, joints, muscle aches, back aches were gone, that I would be able to grow quick, okay? So knowing me that I could drop fat in an instant at any point, but this is going to be my chance to build muscle and strength to get back to where I want it to be, that's more important for me, okay? That's like my carrot at the end of the stick, is hitting these heavy weights, building the muscle, building the size, building the strength, and then I know, like I said, I could just shed fat quickly. And that's what I'm going to be basically doing now, okay? I basically started off with a 3176, I think, calorie diet. And I titrated up the calories up until 3,700, okay? So today, week 10, I'm going to actually drop them all the way back down to 3,200, which is around my maintenance. I'm gonna stay here for another 4 or so weeks until all these strength gains I've made stabilize, okay? Until I actually, I've achieved all these strength goals. I want to just make it that it's easy, like toying with the weight, okay? In my courses, I call that owning the weight. It's not I hope I can get my reps today. It's I know I could go ahead and, hit the deadlifts, come back tomorrow and do the exact same thing again. No problem, no doubt in my mind, I could do this weight with perfect form. It's easy, okay? So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going down to maintenance calories, maybe a little bit under maintenance calories, and I'm going to go ahead and just stay there and concentrate on owning the weight, getting good at the strength that I've got, just, kind of cementing everything in for 3 to 5 weeks, okay? And when I get to the point where I'm ready to cut, then I'm just gonna go ahead and cut, okay? The bottom line is that, like I said, I'm at 210 pounds now. I'm probably gonna have to get down to 190, maybe 185. 190 is actually the weight at which I feel like I look good and I also can maintain it, okay? My dick works, I'm not starving, I can concentrate, I'm not tired all the time, I'm strong, and at the same time, I look really good, okay? So that's a pretty good leanish physique for me, about 190. So to go from 210 down to 190, I'll probably lose about 4 inches from my waist, which would take me down to a 33, hopefully closer to a 32-inch waist. And like I said, I can live with that. I'd be happy with that, okay? Another thing is I really want to do, for my pull-ups, I want to do warm up with 25, warm up with 45, warm up with a 45 and a 25, and then do a couple of heavy sets with 2 45-pound plates for my weighted pull-ups, okay? So if I'm doing pull-ups with a 45-pound plate now, and I go ahead and I lose 20 pounds, that's 20 more pounds that I can have around my waist when I do the pull-ups, okay? So even if I don't get any stronger during this time, I will still be able to get closer to my next goal of a 45 and a 25 for my weighted pull-ups, okay? I only really have to get strong enough to lift 5 more pounds if I lose 20 pounds in the process, because it's always a game, okay? The more you weigh, the less you can pull, okay? So by weighing less, I can automatically pull more. Like I said, even if I just maintain my strength, I don't actually, get any stronger. So anyway, like I said, I just wanted you guys to know where I've been, where I'm at, where I'm going, what's going on. Definitely follow me on Instagram. I'm going to try to go ahead and post a lot more about like my day-to-day stuff there. And I'm also going to be posting more information about my training and my nutrition so you guys can follow along here on my YouTube channel. If you have any questions about this specific transformation, definitely ask them below. And like I said, I'll make videos to go ahead and answer them. Aside from that, I'm back and big and I'm strong. And pretty soon I'll be lean and I'll have my Thor physique back and I'll be happy again, okay? Because I didn't like being, hurting all the time. I didn't like being weak. And even now when I'm big and I'm strong, I still don't like the way that I feel, the way clothes fit, or the way I look, okay? So I'm really looking forward to being able to cut soon. And aside from that, thank you guys for watching the video. This is what I've been up to. Comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you in the next video.